Okay, now that we have identified our various bars, I will be showing you how to type, edit, and format. Okay, so it's obvious that I can't really show you how to type. Okay, but just in case you want to learn how to type very well, you can use the Mavis Bacon game that can actually let you learn how to type. Okay, you can always use that to practice at home, but then I need to show you how to format and also edit your document. So let's say you have something like welcome to real projects. Okay, we are very glad. Let's say this is what we want to edit, and this is our document and we want to edit this. So we'll be going to home, and under home you can see your various options here. Here you can see the font, you can see the font size and the various formatting tools that we have here. So we are going to start from the font. Okay, so always have it in mind that before your text can be edited, it needs to be highlighted. Okay, for you to be able to edit any text on Microsoft Word or Google Doc, you need to highlight that particular text. So I'm going to be highlighting everything here because I want to make changes to this text, right? So another thing you need to know is once you highlight and see the various options here to use, shortcut to use, but then I will be going back to home, and then I will be selecting, tapping on fonts where we have fonts here on this icon here, and then I will be selecting the particular font I want to use for this document. Let's say I want the Times New Roman font. Then I'll go there and then click on it. You can see our fonts just changed now. It's not very obvious. I can go ahead to select another one, but then if you're looking for a
left
font
click on your mouse,
you don't want to go through the stress of scrolling down to look for that particular font, and you have the font name in mind, all you need to do is tap here and then type the font you're looking for rather. Okay, so before we go to how to change our fonts, to highlight, if you're finding it difficult to highlight the whole of your document, just in case you are not highlighting just a part of it, all you need to do is tap on press on Ctrl A, right? Ctrl A on your laptop, on your keyboard, right? So Ctrl plus A is to highlight your document or everything on your document, right? Once you do Ctrl A, type of Ctrl A, you will actually highlight everything on your document. So going back here, you can decide to change your font like I said, and also you can decide to increase your font. Okay, so you can decide to increase this font to the number you want. You can choose 16, 14, depending on what you want to use. Okay, so here you can increase the font size too by just clicking on this, right? And you can decide to reduce it by just clicking on this too. Okay, all right, the next thing we have here is change case. Tapping on this will allow you to change your font case. Okay, so I can decide to change this to uppercase. Uppercase means capital letter. So if I change it to uppercase, that means I'm making everything on my document capital letters. Yes. Okay, lowercase is small letters, and initial capitalized, and toggle case. Okay, so that's it for that. And then here we have clear all formatting, just in case you want to clear everything, every editing you've done on this text. If you want to clear it, you can go here. You can see everything has gone back to normal, right? You can decide to Ctrl Z or undo to bring it back. You can go back. Remember here, this quick icons here, so you can decide to go back, you see, or you can decide to press Ctrl Z on your keyboard. Okay, so the next thing we have here is the bullet option. If you click there, you can see the different bullet options here. Here you can decide to select any of the bullet options you want. Okay, let's say I want this, I can decide to choose this, but then I don't want to add bullets to my text. If I don't want to, I can remove it. And down here you can see other options here, other styles, right? Okay, so now the next thing we have here is numbering library. So here you can see the various numbers. Here you can see the styles. You can come here to pick something else. Okay, so another thing we have here is the multi-level list. So you can see the styles here. You can decide to pick this if you want. Okay, so you can decide to test all this to know what it does. Okay, so you can decide to sort, you can decide to show or hide. All right, and down here you have the bold. So once I tap on bold, you can see my text is bold now, and this is italic. Okay, I can decide to click on this to make my text italic, or I can decide to underline it if I want. Okay, I can decide to strike. Okay, you can see everything is getting messy, but then you get what I'm saying. All right, this is subscript. Yes, so you can decide to do this to one of your texts on special occasions, so you can see that, or you can decide to superscript instead, depending on what you want. So you can see the different subscript and superscript. Okay, so here you can change the effect of your text. Right, you can change the effect of your text going to home. Remember, all these are in the home option. Okay, so once you tap on home, you can see all these things I'm showing you. So here you can decide to change the effect of your text. You can see it's changing. You can choose whichever one you want. Okay, so let's say this is what I want. Okay, so you can see. All right, here is your text highlight color. So you can decide to change your text highlight color. Wow, this is nice. Okay, so here you can see the color, and then here you see, okay, I'm highlighting it again because I'm only effecting the changes to just this particular text. So here you can see the font color. You can decide to change your font color. Okay, let me change for this. Okay, you can decide to change your font color. Remember, this is effects. This is a special effect, and this is just font color, normal changing of font color. Okay, so here you have the align. Can decide to highlight everything and then align it. Is on align left now. You can decide to centralize, or you can decide to align right, or you can decide to justify. Yes, it's that easy. All right, the next thing we have is line and paragraph spacing. Here you can choose to space your paragraph and make it more add more space to it rather. And then the next thing we have here is the shading. Okay, so you can see you can add shade to text and add shade to that. And then we have the borders. We have the borders. So okay, and then here you can see our spacing too. We have the normal, we have the no spacing, we have the heading, we have, and if you want to use all this, make sure you are effecting it before editing, because once you edit before effecting this, it will take your text to the normal formatting. So you can see the difference is given to the text. Okay, so here is, if you look here, you can see we have find, replace, select. Okay, here using find, you can decide to find a particular word on your document. Clicking on find, I can decide to find let's say one of what I'm looking for here is hope. I'm looking for hope, the word hope. So just in case I have a large document, I can just come here, come to find, okay, and type hope, and type hope. Okay, and then you can see we have one result here. It's showing me one result and highlighting hope, right? So if I'm looking for this particular word, I can decide to change it just in case there's a mistake in the word. Okay, so that's the purpose for find. Okay, the next thing we have here is replace. Okay, now just in case I have hope and I want to change it to expect. Okay, this is hope. I want to change hope to expect. Replace. I'm finding hope, what I'm finding, and then I'm replacing with expect. Okay, so if I have more than one hope, I can decide to replace all, or I can decide to find and next, just in case I don't want to replace everything. So now I just have one, I can decide to just replace, and then we've reached the end of the document. Yes. Okay, so now you can see hope has been changed to expect. Okay, so that's all for how to use the home bar.